I wake up in the morning and I feel good. Ooh, baby, I've been saving my love for you. And if it's cold out and raining and I'm staying in bed, ooh, baby, I'll be saving my love for you. You know that I could picture us drinking from a coconut, soaking up the sun and the waves someday.
It's that time of the day again. It's your favorite show, A Walk with Mel, on your favorite channel, and we're all about catching up with the dopest, freshest talent in Cape Town, South Africa. Today we've got the one and only Gino Lee, all the way from PE, baby.
Hey.
Yeah, buddy, welcome to the show. It's so cool
Thanks,
to
Mel.
have you here finally. I mean, I've had the honor of performing with
Oh,
a
yeah.
guy, and
Oh, yeah.
today we're actually here to catch up with you.
It's a pleasure.
Awesome.
It's such a pleasure to be on your show.
And I mean, you've been doing a lot of things. You've been going into acting, singing, you also do modeling, a lot of things. But let's start with how things started for you at the age of 6.
Yes.
You went into music, or you fell in love with music. Let's
Yes.
just take us back to how things started for you.
So as you mentioned, I started basically my whole musical journey, my whole creative career when I was 6 years old. I just started playing piano at
Wow.
home. We had a piano at home and I always used to play. Took some lessons. But professionally, I started in the beginning of high school, actually at the end of primary school in grade 7. I needed a creative outlet.
Wow.
So
Wow.
basically I was just playing for myself, but I needed to kind of like put my music out there creatively because you know
It's
that
like
feeling.
it's inside,
and it's
yeah.
inside you, but you need to share it with someone.
Wow.
So I told my mom that I wanted to start a band.
What? And I
Yeah.
thank you. At that
Yes.
age, man, that's my
So it was your typical like high school band, school of rock vibes. But the funny thing is, in the beginning, everyone is really scared to sing.
Wow.
Because everyone's like awkward
Yeah,
teenager, and
that
like nobody
age,
wants to sing really.
You're shy, basically.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened, but I stepped up to the plate, and that's where I started singing. Was in this band.
Wow.
And the band went really well. We were called
Wow.
River Road Band because we stay in River Road. In Port
Okay,
Elizabeth.
I was gonna ask. Yeah.
So that was the name of the band, and we entered a lot of competitions. We actually entered the first season of SA's Got Talent.
Wow.
Yeah. So this was like 2008, 2009, 10. That was
Stunning.
this time. We performed a lot in PE and everything, and it kind of got to a point where it became pretty difficult to handle because there was a lot of politics, in bands
Yeah.
there usually are. So
And not everyone can attend.
Right, and
it's
high school got hectic.
Yeah.
Parents want their kids to do well in school and all of that. So at the end of 2010, I decided to go solo.
Thanks.
I entered a competition that went nationwide on TV. So I performed live on TV, and I won the competition.
What?
So that was kind of like the beginning for me, where I was like, okay, I can do this.
Wow.
Because it's that kind of like
Yeah,
that
it's
safety net
difficult.
of being in a group.
It's like
and not
you don't,
being alone,
You can't think
you
can
know?
be- like you feel it's kind of impossible.
Yes.
Until you actually do it.
And I was just like, I'm gonna do it. So I tested it out. I performed all around PE.
Yeah.
Did my thing, festivals, charity
Wow, you
events,
went
like
full on.
everything. Full on. That was between 2010 and 2013. So like the last
Stunning.
few years of my high school career.
That is amazing.
Full on musician, performing as much as I can.
That is dope. And then obviously the acting bug but you.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
So I had been doing acting in high school.
Okay.
I took drama. So I was in a couple of plays and all of that. But as the music kind of went on and on, I met a lot of people, as
Yeah.
you do,
Yeah.
at different gigs and stuff. And I met a woman by the name of Elsa B. Verlinden.
Okay.
She was introduced to me by another woman by the name of Junita Smit. She runs a lot of the pageants
Okay.
in South Africa now. So she used to run them in
Wow.
Port Elizabeth. And I performed at a couple of the pageants. The Miss SA or
Yes.
whatever. I sang there, Miss PE and all of that. And she introduced me to a woman by the name of Elsa B, who
Yeah.
I mentioned. And Elsa B is the president of and owns a agency called Just You Artisan Model Management.
Okay.
So I was kind of scouted by them.
Wow.
And working with them, I kind of opened myself up to acting,
Sure.
modeling, dancing as well, and
Sure.
singing, because their agency actually teaches you to be multifaceted in the industry.
Yeah, performance artist.
And makes you realize how important it is to not just be able to do one thing,
Yes.
but everything.
True story.
Because you can grab more opportunities that way.
Exactly.
So I entered a showcase that they hold,
Yeah.
and you have to kind of perform in front of this American scout
Wow.
that they bring down. And it was really hectic.
Yo,
I was in
that's
grade
hectic.
11.
That's like full on.
Yeah, it's kind of like, ooh, America, you know, at that point.
Hollywood vibes.
Yeah, jeez. So I performed in front of her. Her name is Kim Myers.
Yeah.
And I was one of the people selected
What?
to perform in America.
What?
Yeah. So that was kind of like a huge step for me. That was kind of where I was thinking, wow, like this.
It's like everything fell into place for you, man. It's
Luckily,
not like you
luckily
know
at the right time.
Like it was set out for you.
It was difficult though because I was in high school at the same time.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
you know, it's like grade 11 and,
grade 11 is hectic.
you know, and I wanted to do good in school because
Yeah.
I wanted to keep up a standard, you know. I
Yeah.
didn't want to now drop because of the music, and
Exactly.
I also didn't want to show the people around me that like music is making me do worse
Yeah,
at school, you
exactly.
know. For myself, I needed to
Yeah.
push. So we made the decision to go to Orlando, Florida to perform at Kim Myers convention.
Wow.
So she selects people from South Africa and different places around USA to perform in Orlando, Florida. So in my matric year,
Yeah.
went to Orlando, Florida and performed there in front of many different agents, modeling agents, people in the TV and film industry,
Sure.
record labels, you name it, from all around the US came down to the showcase to
Yeah.
see, you know, these people and these kids perform. And there I got callbacks from
Sure.
these people. I got 18 callbacks.
What?
Yeah, from all of these different people
Yeah.
in the industry, which is kind of like mind blowing for me.
Wow.
That's also, I think everything that I was doing, like for myself, was like, okay, like this is a possibility because I was headed to a point in my life at the end of, you know, matric where you
Yeah.
have to make those big
Yeah.
decisions.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was kind of, you know, obviously I was blessed enough to
Yes.
be able to travel
Yeah.
and my parents support me,
Yeah.
you know, 100% of the way. And I got these callbacks and I also got a scholarship to study in New York.
Sure, that is the thing.
At the
I
New York Film
I
Academy.
want to get to that actually.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I want to talk about.
So
That is,
I got a scholarship to
Sure.
the New York Film Academy. And that was also, you know, another thing that was like, hey, like,
wow.
here's the opportunity, you know,
Yeah.
grab it.
Yes.
So my parents and I were like, oh, what are we going to do? Like, this is a big one because I applied for medicine. You know,
Hey, bro.
I applied for medicine. And the funny thing was, like, I actually got accepted.
What?
Yeah. So I
now
had
that
to.
choice of-
Yes, I had to be like, oh, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
But you know what? I stuck with my gut feeling.
Yeah. That's
And
the point.
I knew that, you know, things were happening for a reason, and I need to kind of grab what I can grab now. There's only one chance, you know. You
Sure,
can't,
that
you
is
know.
true.
So we decided to study in New York City.
Wow. And what was it like
And-
there? Living there, working there?
Yo, it's like I could talk to you for days about
Oh,
that,
wow. Just like a short one,
but
a
it
short.
was so 2014 was the year of studying in
Yeah.
New York. It was mind blowing.
Sure.
Like there's places in like the USA, I would say, where you see how it is on TV.
Yeah.
And in real life, it's not like that. But
a lie.
New York is just like what you see in the movies, like even better.
Wow, that is amazing.
Like everything that you grow up with, like you watch these movies, whatever, New York City, like, you know, Manhattan and
That is
Empire State Building.
amazing.
It's better than
what it is,
TV,
yeah. And how did that trip add value to your life? Like,
I think just staying in New York makes you grow as a person like you wouldn't believe
Sure.
because of the way that people are in New York, you know, the fast-paced life. Everyone is kind of grinding. It's
Yeah.
a city where people grind.
yeah. So
you know?
automatically you
don't
start
see-
grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if you live there, you'll automatically start becoming that person. It was such a
Sure.
weird thing to see. Like I'd visited home. I came back to PE, you know,
Yeah.
small town PE, love my hometown.
Yeah.
Big ups to PE. But like from New York to
To-
Port Elizabeth, you know, the big life. And I
Yeah.
came back to PE and I felt I just found myself like walking frantically in my room, like I need to do something. Like, are we gonna walk to the shops? Like, what is going? Because in New York you walk everywhere.
Okay.
You know, so just
Just
kind
getting
of
used to that.
yeah. And I actually had my mom stay with me,
Yeah.
which was amazing.
That's cool.
Also
Just
another
support,
blessing.
support, yeah.
Yes, because you know it's like she was beginning to get the empty nest syndrome because
Yeah.
there's 3 brothers, me and other 2 brothers, and they already finished studying at that point.
Okay.
And I was not the last. I'm the baby of the family.
man.
So she was like, okay, maybe I can spend some time with New York. And like, it was also great for her, like,
Yeah.
you know, to see New York and stuff. So she stayed for me for a while and
Awesome.
came down and everything. It was so nice to have her
That's
there.
so cool. And then, I mean, you decided to come back to South Africa. Why? Why the move back? Because, I mean, you could have stayed, I think.
Before I came back,
Yeah.
I actually went to LA and I stayed there for a while as well.
Okay.
Because, and also I just want to say, studying at New York Film Academy was like amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you look out the window and the Empire State Building and Statue of Liberty is like the one side and the one side. It's like amazing.
Sure.
But I stayed in LA afterwards because I received a work permit.
Okay.
From studying at New York Film Academy, I got a work permit. And I decided to make, because you can continue to study,
Yeah.
or you can take this work permit, but a lot of the foreign kids take it. And I worked in LA as a record producer,
Stunning.
and also worked at a production company in Burbank.
Awesome.
So, production company was Offstream Entertainment, and it was Skylight Studios in North
Awesome.
Hollywood. And they also, I learned so much
Of course.
invaluable information, like hands-on experience
Sure.
working in
Because that's
Hollywood.
you're learning
you know.
on the job. Obviously, that's on the job.
Yes.
Getting that experience.
Also worked as an actor as well. Did a couple
Sure.
of gigs, so that was kind of also like growth for me as a person. And I stayed alone for the first time.
Wow.
So that was crazy.
Like growing up quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, nie nog baie dinge nie.
But I began to realize that I needed to actually come back to my roots.
Yeah.
Because one, I was missing home, and I needed to kind of spend time building a base in South Africa.
So true.
Because I already had a bit of a base. It's difficult when you start from scratch in a
story.
place overseas. So I was like, I'm going to come back. I'm going to go full force, release some songs and get some songs on the radio. So that was the main reason why I came back.
Stunning,
And I
stunning.
chose Cape Town because I've been in love with Cape Town
Cape Town is the
since,
bomb.
you know, we used to
diggity.
come here for holidays. My brothers study here
Okay.
and
Lovely
stay
stuff.
here. So
And it's a good way to start off, and I mean to
Yes.
invest first in yourself and get that people to support you before you actually make the bigger moves. And then obviously, let's talk about your music, Coconut.
yes.
It's your own music. You write your own things. Like, where did you find inspiration?
So
for that.
Coconut is my latest single. It's out right now.
Yeah.
I'm planning to release another one soon, but
Okay.
that's the one that's out now. Coconut is more of a like a reggae type
Ah.
reggae rhythm vibes, but like I always tell everyone that I like to keep everything as pop as possible because I
Yes.
love pop music.
Love it.
And I want to be a pop artist,
Okay.
but I love to experiment in different genres. So this one is like more of a reggae type track, and it's basically, you know, obviously feel good, and it's talking about saving your love for someone so that you can spend the rest of your life with them
Stunning.
on an island drinking from a coconut.
Yes.
So just some simplicity,
Simple.
feel good vibes, you know, your feel good love song.
Love it. Love it.
And I wanted to put that because like I'm all about that. I'm all
Yeah.
about feel good vibes. People ask me like what message
And
you
you want
want to
people
send.
to obviously feel good when they
Yeah.
listen to your music.
Yes.
Awesome.
Peace to the world, feel good vibes. Like,
Stunning.
And obviously, you know, like the whole tropical vibe is in right now.
Guess
So-
met jou. Clever vibes.
Yeah, want to ride that wave.
Awesome stuff. And then obviously you've got this Woodstock open
Open
mic.
mic, yes.
Open mic. Let's talk about that. Why did you start that platform? I think it's something really dope.
Thank
Who
you.
can come and join in on that and tell us more about that? Yeah.
I always say that you need to kind of grab every opportunity that you can get, being an artist or creative in the industry. And sometimes you've got to create opportunities for yourself
So true.
because sometimes they're not always there. And when I came back to Cape Town, because my base is in Port Elizabeth, I was struggling a bit to try and find gigs.
Yeah.
So I stumbled upon this place in Woodstock called Three Feathers Diner.
Okay.
It was like Christmas time of 2016. And I approached them because I wanted to perform there. It was an awesome venue.
Stunning.
Like, typical man cave
Yeah.
vibes. Like you've got like muscle cars, like
Oh, yeah, yeah,
murals on
yeah.
the walls. Like
Stunning.
amazing. So I really wanted to perform there, and the owners, Ronit and Christo, they were like, yeah, we do have people performing here. Like, please do. Like, we'd love to have you, and we'll accommodate you. And then she said that she wanted to also have an open mic here.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, that's cool. And they were looking for people to run it because
Okay.
nobody was kind of willing and able to run it, you know, with
Yeah.
all the equipment and having to spend time and having people that they knew to come and perform. But I took the opportunity. I was like, yes.
Awesome.
I didn't know how it was going to work. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I just said yes. And
Yeah.
I knew that I was able to do
Yeah.
it because I have my own equipment here. I do know some people. So we took on the challenge and we had our first one in February.
Stunning.
And it's been growing from strength to
Love
strength.
it.
Happens
Love it.
every Saturday,
Yeah.
12 to 3 p.m.
That's awesome.
Open to all musicians.
Stunning.
Whether you are a singer-songwriter, guitarist,
There you have it.
know, everything in the music field, rapper,
That is
anything.
so cool.
So it's awesome venue,
It's a
as I
cool
said.
vibe as well, and it's a cool get together place
Yes.
also for people and
Yes,
artists
and
to get
I
together.
always exactly. That's what I was about to say. I like to create this air of collaboration and synergy when people come, because as an artist in Cape Town, you've got to know who your fellow musos
True
are.
story.
You got to know who's making moves.
Yes. Who's making moves?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's because you can learn from them.
Exactly.
So this is the great place for people to come together, check out what people are doing in your area,
And get
collaborate,
inspired.
talk to people.
Yes.
You know, someone might be a guitarist, but they're also a producer.
I love it.
You know, or they could feature on your track because they play
Exactly.
guitar.
You never know. You never know.
So it's a perfect opportunity
That's
for
so
people to
cool.
come and do their original content. They can sing covers.
Love it.
It's an awesome open space every
Love
Saturday.
it. And then obviously, like I said earlier, you're an actor, model, and a singer as
Yes.
well. Like, how do you balance? I'm going to ask you two questions. How do you balance doing it all, and how do you survive in this industry in Cape Town?
I think doing it all, for me, I would say that I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
I've been doing it since the beginning of high school, so that's been
It's
almost
normal
10
to
years.
you. It's normal, yeah.
So things came like you struggle as you struggle, you kind of learn. You know, you always have that goal, but then when you actually, because I always say, focus on the journey. Don't
Yeah.
focus on where you at right now. Don't
Yeah.
look at things in the future because you can kind of mess
Can
yourself
trip you
up.
out. Yeah.
So I think basically time management is one of the most important things. Like set long term and short term goals and know what you need to do. Do the most important thing first.
Yeah.
You know. So I think time management people have their own ways of doing it. Writing in a
course.
diary,
Yeah.
you know, all of that kind of things. And then you say it's surviving. I think
Survive, yeah.
surviving is longevity. I look for longevity in the industry.
Standing. I'm so glad that you said that.
Because people kind of look for, especially
hype and
now, like
fame.
we live in like a meme,
Sure.
Vine, 10-second world where
Ho,
people
ho.
become virally famous for 2
Exactly.
seconds and then they disappear.
Exactly.
Like longevity is something that I feel like every artist should strive to work for in the industry.
But it should be a passion also. If
Yes,
it's not a passion,
and it comes from a foundation
Exactly,
of passion.
exactly.
You know, I think some of the most important things, and also people like Elsa B. for Linden,
Mm-hmm.
Also taught me, you know, from Just You Artist and Model Management.
Yeah.
You need to educate yourself. I mentioned like before that you need to kind of know who's making moves in the industry, but
Exactly.
you need to know what people do, because like you have like Google, you have
Yeah.
anything nowadays that you can find out anything about your craft.
Exactly.
Educate yourself in your talent and what you
Exactly.
do. Make sure you're the best at what you do, and
So that you can't be denied also
Yes.
when you go for auditions.
and when you
etc.
grab opportunities and
Yes.
auditions, be knowledgeable of where you're going to. If
Exactly.
you're going to have an interview on a radio station, like know who the presenter is, like
Exactly.
you know, those kind of things.
Yeah.
But as I said again, like you gotta have that passion, eh?
Yeah.
Like, it's a
But that
passion
passion is
industry.
must for you, basically.
Because sometimes you're gonna have to like wait for people to like do things.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to like it's a hurry up and wait.
Exactly.
And sometimes for things, you know, people don't get compensated, and like some people have different, you know, agendas,
Yeah.
and like people have different ways of dealing with that. But I
Exactly.
think you gotta kind of take things as they go and realize that everything comes.
Exactly. And you learn from each experience at the
comes.
end of the day.
Yes, and always learn.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have a very exciting question also for you. I know
Yes.
that you've done KFM, the competition, and our time is running out, and I've got so many questions that I
Yes.
still want to ask you. But you've recently won the KFM
Yes.
competition, which is so dope. Like you
Yes.
randomly went and did that competition, which I know you did. So tell us about that experience quickly in a nutshell.
It's still fresh, eh?
Ah,
Ooh,
man.
so I saw the competition on Facebook. It was called the Local is Lekker
Yeah.
Talent Search Competition,
Yeah.
and it was held at Vangate Mall in Athlone.
Yeah.
On the competition, it said that the winner gets to record a song and have it playlisted on KFM.
Okay.
And I
lovely.
said, like, this is the competition for me to enter.
Yes.
Because that's what I wanted to do when I came
Yeah.
back to Cape Town. It's perfect. So I entered to win, hey, like.
Wow.
But when I got to the competition, I was blown away because like Cape Town has talent. Like it's
The
the first,
yalla.
yeah, the first competition I entered in Cape Town. I entered some competitions in PE, but Cape Town's like on a level. eh,
Ja
like,
nee, die mense
yo.
oefen die kant.
like voices for days, and I was just like,
Wow.
whoa, I need to bring something different
Sure.
to the table. So I was the only one that sang an original song.
Okay, lovely,
So
lovely.
I was like, okay, let me push the originality because
Yes.
I know that they want a song.
Yeah.
So let me give them the song.
Stunning.
So I won,
Wow,
which is
it's
crazy.
amazing.
Like, I had no idea. I really thought that, like, you know, I didn't think I wasn't gonna win, but I was
Uh-huh.
like, this is difficult, like, because
Exactly.
everyone was on a standard.
Yeah, you couldn't really say.
Anyone could
You
have
couldn't
won.
really. Yeah, I know what you mean. But well done. I think
crazy.
that's a
Thank
really
you.
dope thing. And then
Thank
obviously,
you.
what challenges do you face as an artist?
Okay, so challenges, they come and they go. I think basically is to keep your head focused.
Yeah.
Because you get let down so much in the entertainment industry, whether it be going for an audition and not getting the audition, wanting to perform somewhere but people are not replying to your emails, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of like sticking to what you know and what you believe that you should be doing.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
being headstrong, I think is definitely the biggest thing.
And that helps with longevity also.
Consistency and longevity,
is key at the end of the day. And then obviously, just the last few questions, you living in USA and living in South Africa,
Yes.
like what is the difference for you, like in the scenes, and how do you think, how can we improve things in our scene? I know that we've got a lot of talent, but I mean, there's some stuff that we also lack, you know. But like if you look at the two different countries, what's the difference and how can we improve our scene? In your opinion, of course.
I think everyone has, I don't know if people still have it, but people I know used to have this image of America being like the all in all, the best that it can get, you know. But things are changing.
Exactly.
Things are really changing. I spent time in New York and LA, the centers of the entertainment world. And coming back to Cape Town, I'm like, whoa, like
That's
Cape
the thing.
Town and South
Talent
Africa
is there.
has like, first of all, the talent is there, and now more than ever, we are seeing the talent more and more.
Exactly.
Because the things like the 90% quota, Facebook is opening so much, you know, people can see
and they actually fly
talent.
down and shoot things here. Movies and things are being shot
Movies
here.
are being shot here.
Yeah.
The entertainment industry is growing by leaps and bounds here in South Africa. And I think we're getting to a level where it's like we are heading we just there.
Yes.
You listen to the radio and you're like, that was a South African person?
Well, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not to put South Africa
I
down,
know what
but
you mean.
you know what I'm
don't
saying?
sometimes you don't expect that.
It's crazy. And also one thing I've been seeing lately is that America is actually copying African rhythms,
especially the music and the
style.
styles, the dance style.
Talk about Drake's new album that came out.
And I thank you.
Black Coffee features on that album.
Hashtag
Black
Coffee
Coffee,
Fam.
yeah. Black Coffee was asked by Usher for like for a song, and it was like, it's crazy.
It's just
like,
cool to see the collaborations and
Yeah.
we are actually being
Yes.
seen, because I think that in South Africa we've been struggling with an identity crisis for a long time, wanting to be like USA, but now that we finding ourselves, it's like it's there, man. It's there. And then obviously, when can we expect an album? Like, what's next for you? Next big moves for you, if you can share.
The next big exciting thing is that I'm going to be releasing the song that I won in accordance with the competition.
Yeah,
it's
buddy.
called Back to Me.
Back to Me.
Yes,
Let's get
so
it.
it's very much of like a neo soul R&B vibes, but like almost like 90s inspired,
Stunning.
but like pop and
Liquor.
fresh.
Combination of everything.
So we're gonna have a single launch at Vangate Mall,
Awesome
which I'm
stuff.
looking forward to.
That's gonna be so cool.
Going back to the mall and being
Yes.
like, hey, here's a single.
Back to me.
Yeah, and I think album is definitely in the future. Like I'm still looking at maybe releasing an EP.
Okay.
Releasing some singles and then having them in a compiled EP for people
Stunning.
to download
Stunning.
and listen to. But album, we're looking long term, eh?
Okay, cool.
I think first I want to make a solid hit with this new song.
Of
I'm
course.
working really
the
hard to
foundation
make
is
it.
important before you obviously build the construction building vibes.
Working really hard to make it
Love
great and for people to enjoy.
Awesome stuff. And then social media, where can people catch you? How can they support you? Can you share that with us?
So you can find me on all the networks: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. My handles for Twitter and Instagram are at Mr. Gino Lee, MrGinoLee. And if you can't find me, just Google my name.
You'll find it.
Give it a Google.
Google Back to Me, and you must
Yeah.
know. And then obviously, any advice to the youngsters watching the show today?
Any advice for the youngsters? I think we live in a social media age.
Yeah.
So I think there's when people say they're struggling to find platforms and stuff, you've got Facebook, you've got Instagram, you see all these people recording themselves, singing.
So true.
Everyone has a phone with a camera at this point,
Exactly.
And also, select what priorities you want to choose. Instead of spending that much money on a pair of
That's well
tackies,
said.
buy something that will kind of further yourself in your career.
Stunning.
Know your priorities. Like, do what you need to do to further yourself in your career. And also sometimes, like, I also hear that people don't have a lot of support.
Yeah.
Especially like maybe from their parents
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever. I think try your best to surround yourself with people that lift you up.
Stunning. Whether it's one or two, that's more than enough.
Positive people. Find people in your space, in your area that lift you up and enhance you, and you
Awesome.
can enhance each other.
Stunning.
Especially in this music industry. Collaborate,
Yeah.
work with other musicians, and try to find the joy in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, like, you find yourself frustrated if you're an artist or musician.
Yeah.
Like you have either writer's block or you can't
Yeah.
think of the next line in your song that you want to write. But just think of like, I'm doing what I love.
That's the point.
People have 9 to 5 jobs,
Hey,
sitting
bro.
behind desks. Like, you do what you love, and you love
that's a privilege.
dancing. I know
Yeah.
you enjoy what you do,
Yeah.
and like for you, like
Yeah.
I look up to you so much.
Oh man,
Mel.
I
Like really, I do. Like that's also one of the reasons why I contacted you,
Yeah.
to help me out. When we collaborated on my performance, like
Oh man.
you know what you're doing. Like,
Yeah. Oh man, thank you so much for that. Vanaf inspiration daar so sommer nou. Yo,
I had
thank you
to.
so
I had
much.
to.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And obviously like working with you as well and listening to you. I mean, I've heard your story before and listening to you again, it's always just so cool to learn from you, man. You know what I mean? You
Thanks.
even gave me hope to maybe to find that hope to go travel someday and just take the risk. That's what
Yes.
you did. You took a risk and it's
Yeah.
working. It's working. So thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us on the show and sharing your story. I'm sure a lot of people will be inspired after all of this, and we will definitely be supporting you with your album and
Thank
your
you.
work in future.
Thank you. It's
And
been a
also,
pleasure.
I've also been running this competition where I give away free t-shirts, Walk with Mel t-shirts. So the main guy was studying. Where was he studying? That's the question. Where did he study? What is the city's name that he studied at? Send me a message on Mel Your Pal Facebook page, or send me an email on mdvproductions1@gmail.com, and you can win yourself a fresh t-shirt all the way from A Walk with Mel Your Pal. That's it from us signing out on your favorite show, favorite channel. Goodbye.
Yeah, you'll be saying,
Uh-huh.